Hello friends, welcome to SahuStudies. In this video, I am going to discuss how reduce function works in Scala. So what is reduce function? So reduce is a aggregate function. It calculates min, max, sum, etc. So whenever there is a requirement to do any kind of aggregate calculation on top of the RDD, we can use reduce by key. To use reduce function, it required to pass a function type argument as a parameter. So it means that suppose whenever you are going to use a reduce function, we are going to do any kind of a aggregation. So it is saying that aggregation function we need to pass as a parameter in the reduce function, either mean, max, sum, count, etc. Its return type is RDD, then it will be the same as input of the RDD. So what does it mean? That suppose the input parameter, or if you are going to use the reduce on the RDD, then the same output type it will be there. Whatever the input we are providing, the output will be the same type. It uses binary operators to reduce the element of the input RDD. So suppose whenever we are going to do any kind of aggregation, no, so it uses binary operator to reduce, right? It takes 0 value to initialize the value for each partition. So as we know that reduce works on partition. So whenever we are doing any kind of aggregation over the partition with the help of a reduce function, first it takes a 0 value to initialize whatever the aggregation we are doing for each partition. So let's discuss this reduce function with the help of this pictorial diagram. So suppose the data sits on the different executor. This is a node 1, this is node 2, and this is node 3. And we are using the sum aggregate function. So the function is this value 1 and value 2. So what it will going to do, first it will pick two value. So first it will pick this value, it will add it. So this is become the first value, this will become the second value. It will add it. Now the output of this two will become the value 1, and it will going to add here. So this will become V1, this will become V2. Like this, it will reduce till it get one value. So how it would be? So suppose this is the 10, this is the 10. Okay. Now it is 20. So this is V1, this is V2, value 1 and value 2. Now next time the value 2 would be 20 and value 2 is 10. From where this 10 is coming, this is coming, this is the third one. So in this way it will reduce all the value and till we get a single value. How it will get the single value? Here. So suppose it does all this calculation for a function v1 and v2, and it's come up with only one value. So node 1 has a 50 sum, node 2 has a 100 sum, node 3 has a 150 sum. Now once each node reduces to one value, again it will going to call this function value 1 and value 2. In this time it will going to fetch it will going to take this one. This is the value 1 and this is the value 2, and what is the output? It would be, it would become value 1, and again it will going to add with value 2 here. This is the value 2 and this is become value 1. So this is very important, right? That whenever reduce function will going to work, it will going to take value 1 and value 2 and it for the sum function, and it will reduce till it get a single value, and the output is not 3. So this is the node. The output here is the summation. This is a typo. This would be 300. Okay. So the reduce function works like this. I think if you're not able to understand it, go this video one more time. Just watch and just listen whatever I have told you told in this video related to how this function works, how it will going to take value 1 and value 2, and how it will going to reduce to a value 1, and again when the different executor reduces to a value 1, then how it will going to reduce again to create one value out of these three nodes. So in this I am going to do exercise to show you how the reduce function works in Scala. So for this I am importing the required library. Here I am just importing the Spark session, and here I am just importing all the required functions. Here I am just creating a list, like with the help of a list keyword, and with the Spark context parallelize function, I am just creating this RDD by passing a object which contains the data. So the AP simple data is a list which contains the data which we have defined here. Now, here what we are doing, we are just calling this reduce function, passing the parameter x and y. You remember this one, value x and this function value 1 and value 2. And what I'm just doing, I am saying that add these two values and print it. If you do the print, it will just sum all the value from this list and show you. So all the value, if you sum all the values from this AP sample data, it will become 120. Now let's talk about the second function. So what it is doing, I'm just calling this reduce function on top of this RDD. I am just taking two parameter value x and y, and I'm saying that x and minimum means what is the minimum value. So in this RDD, whatever the minimum value, this will going to store in this variable, and if you just print it, this is the minimum value from this RDD. This is the third scenario where we are calling this reduce function on top of this RDD, and we are passing two parameters x and y, and we are saying that fetch the maximum value from this RDD and store in this AP underscore max variable. So when you are going to print it, it will going to print the maximum value of this RDD. This RDD is created with the help of this list. You can able to figure it out. This 100 is the maximum value which is present in this list. So let's do this exercise in Databricks. Let me create a notebook. Let me name it a reduce function. So we need the data so that we can perform the reduce function. I have already created a list where the required data are present. Let me copy it and paste over here. Now run it. Okay, so first we are doing this exercise in Scala. So we need to just change this notebook type from Python to Scala. Now run it. This list variable has been defined successfully. Now let's create a RDD. Spark context dot parallelize and just pass the object which contains the data. So this is the list variable which contains the data. Now run it. This RDD has been created successfully. Now let's import the required libraries. Import org.apache.spark.sql, and here we are going to import a Spark session. Spark session is available here. Now let's import org.apache.spark.sql.function, and here I am just saying that import all the functions. Now So all the functions are available in this notebook. Now let's call a reduce function on top of this RDD. And which kind of aggregation we are going to perform? So let's perform the sum aggregation. AP on top of this RDD, let's call reduce. Okay, we need to just use this val reduce, and here we are passing two parameters x and y, and what we are saying? We are saying that add x and y. Let's wait till the aggregation function completes. So here the aggregation function is sum. We can see here the AP reduce sum is equal to 20. So suppose if you want to print here, no, 120 value it is there. So if we see that all the data which is present in this RDD, how this RDD we have created the RDD from this list. You can sum up all the values which is present in the this list. No, it will be 120. Right. Now let's do another aggregation function, that is mean. So how we can do it? Let's create a variable AP reduce mean, and on top of RDD, let's call the reduce function, and here just pass the two parameter x and y, and here we are saying x mean, which is the mean value, just pick it. So this is the minimum value integer one. If we print it, the same value it will going to return. Here we can see in this list what is the minimum value. The minimum value is 1. That's why it is saying that the minimum value is 1. Now let's do another aggregate function. Another aggregate function which we are going to do, uh, uh, calculate is the max function. So let's create a variable. If on the top of the AB RDD, let's call reduce, and here we are passing two parameter x and y, and then what we are saying that what is the max value, return it. We can see this is 100 is the max value. Let's print it. We can see this is the max value which is present in this RDD, and the RDD which is created with the help of this list. We can see this is the 100 is the maximum value which is present in this list. So in this video we have seen how we can use reduce function to perform certain kind of aggregation on top of RDD. So here we have performed this kind of aggregation. We have performed sum, mean, and max. Let's go to the PPT. Thank you. If you like content of my video, then please subscribe my channel, like it, comment on it, and press the bell icon to get notification whenever I add videos.